Hello folks, and welcome to another daily Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. I was really thinking about how I should start today's analysis, because if I would like to record an initial comment, I need at least 2 hours or 3 hours. I'm noticing a lot of things, professionals spreading wrong data, false narratives, how the whole market flipped to extreme bullish. Well, we can talk about Ukraine, Russia, crude oil, service inflation, core PCE index, and so on and so forth. But I will try to make it short. No, I'm not going to try. I'm going to do it short. The core PCE index today demonstrated what I was expecting, that the inflation is not declining. It's not like many said it peaked and down only. At least the core PCE index is indicating that service inflation keeps being the problem. So also here it didn't peak like some experts just mentioned last week or even this week before the PCE index. And yeah, at the moment we are lucky that energy went down, because that's still one factor that is resisting, or at least it's helping so that the inflation is not going up more and more. At least not with 1%, 2%, whatever. But we should have in mind that we are walking on extreme thin ice while the temperature is lifting up. And you know what happens when ice and a rising temperature happens? This combination is not good at all. Not if you're walking on ice. So if the military conflict between Ukraine, well, I'm not sure if that's really accurate to say between Ukraine and Russia, between West and Russia, because we are sending a lot of stuff, air defense system, tanks now Ukraine is of course demanding jets, something that Netherlands already agreed with it and said, hey, do you know what, we are getting F-35, so if you want our F-16, why not? I think I have explained yesterday that the German parliament just did its homework and wanted to see what happens if Germany is sending tanks, air defense, and maybe even jets. What will happen afterwards? If that would neutralize their... Well, they are not neutral, we have talked about yet, but it's not enough to classify Germany as war party. And I have mentioned that the difference is, by international law, very, very small. And as much arms we are sending, and big arms, to the Ukraine, bigger is the opportunity that we will be involved in this war directly. However, markets react also with speculation. That's the main point of markets, because the trader don't know, actually, if it's not an insider like Nancy Pelosi, for example, or Janet Yellen, they don't know it. And so they speculate. That's why we say speculative assets. And usually when that happens, and in such an environment, they will start to speculate that crude oil or energy prices in general will go up. In my opinion, soon we will see how energy prices will soar again. And then it's over. Then it's over with pivot, then it's over with soft landing, then it's over with... Because even in the current situation with a really strong economy, at least related to the data, GDP, labor market, and so on and so forth, the inflation is not going down. It's not going down like the Fed would to see it, hitting 2%, and we are not even close to 2%. But many professionals out there are spreading the wrong and false narrative. Everything is done moon and bullish, and everything is triple moon, and we will make it. We will not. Unfortunately not. I would like to see that, but it's not going to happen. Unfortunately not. So yeah, I'm not going to spend now 12, 15, 20 minutes explaining any kind of detail. Maybe later on, maybe Monday, Tuesday. But what I'm reading on Twitter is yeah, I'm really speechless and a little bit frustrates as well, because you know, you see, you have access to data, you see what's happening, and that's the opposite of what a senior analyst for Goldman Sachs is spreading on Twitter, for example. You know, while at the same time, the same bank announced to lay off people because they are expecting a recession in the US, because they are saying they are expecting less revenue, because a potential financial crisis could be triggered very quick. But their senior analysts are saying everything is fine, like these musicians on the Titanic while the Titanic was sinking. Yeah, that's it. They are fooling. They are in full mode, I guess, because they are receiving, if they fool a lot of retailers, a bigger bonus at the end of the year. Well, let us go, and I will start with this initial comment. It's almost 8 minutes, so it's incredible. So let us see what the wealth ratio 30 days moving average is doing. As we can see, it's clear dumping. We will see what's going to happen here. If it stops, goes up again. I'm still missing any kind of reaction to the price, not even seeing any kind of big sell pressure coming, just in sequences like we had last night, for example. And then they stop once again, like we had just before. Then they stop to distribute, just to let the price then afterwards go up. And yeah, we can check what the wealth ratio daily is doing. So we can see here, for example, that we are doing here such kind of lower lows. We are doing also here lower highs, and the trend is obviously going down from here, indicating they are now sending less bitcoins to centralized exchanges. Let us take a look here to our 30 hours moving average and what's happening here. Now look, that's once again what they are doing. Push, push, push. Price goes down. Stop. Price goes up. When it's up, push, push, push. Sell, sell, sell. Price goes down. And let's go. Let us go up once again. It's ridiculous. It's really, well, it's not ridiculous, because if they are really, their only goal they want to do is to sell and maybe even to exit, it's the best you can do if you have enough money and volume to do it. At the same time, we can see that the wealth ratio 30 hours moving average is hitting right now 86. I mean, we are still far away from 90. and we need to see when it goes to 90. At the moment it's not happening. The stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges is declining more. We will take a look why that happened. I have mentioned today we had today, for example, bigger outflows from centralized exchanges related to bitcoins, almost 8,000, and now bitcoins are coming in. Not big, we will check, but absolutely not big. However, if we check here, we can see what we are doing, and you know, that's the max. So yeah. So also here indicating the sell pressure should go up, but at the moment just in sequences. Then we have here bounce where we let the price go up again, here as well, like we did here, for example. So it's still unclear. We don't have a solid trend at the moment. 25 still on the table, 21 still on the table, in my opinion. So let us go forward. So if we take a look, we can see we need to check, but it's not that big. We are receiving here once again, every time when the price goes up, they start to send bitcoins so they can distribute afterwards, it seems. And that's what they are doing. If we check here, for example, what happens in the last 3 hours, we received here 1,650 bitcoins, another 700 bitcoins, another 200 bitcoins. So we are talking here about almost 2, 4, 2, 6. So nothing big. 2,600 bitcoins, much more than the bitcoins we are taking out from centralized exchanges. So absolutely nothing happening here. At the same time, we see here that it seems we are receiving some stablecoins at the moment. Let us check. And yeah, well, we had, it seems they started to cash out 240 millions here, while 50 millions in. So 240 out, 50 millions in, and afterwards 450 millions in, and another 388 millions out. That's what's indicating here. So why the price is going up? If that's not distribution, I don't know. Let us go forward. So if we take a look here, we can see funding rate went down, then it went up, and now indicating they are, it seems, demanding more shorts at the moment. If we take a look to the open interest at the same time went down here, went up afterwards, then almost dumped and now recovering. And if we check, for example, what the leverage ratio is doing, we came from here, went here down, then up, down, and recovering. That's how it looks like. So open interest lifting up, why they are demanding more shorts at the moment, and leverage ratio also going up. If we take a look here, for example, we can see we received just today in the midday, that was also the biggest inflow, stablecoin inflow related to derivative exchanges, 130 millions, while at the same time 390 millions outflow. So someone is taking profit here. I don't know if that's maybe related to the little dump we had. Maybe. I'm not really sure, because we can see we received just close before bigger inflows, and also here we had bigger inflows. So if they started to short here, not bad. At the same time, we can see they did the same related to bitcoins and derivative exchanges, but the net flow is mostly negative, indicating bigger outflows, almost tiny or small inflows. So for example here, and that was today midnight, 1 a.m., 3,700 bitcoins. That happens close before the price dumped, like someone took profit from its longs, I guess. And yeah, so the biggest inflow related to bitcoins and derivative exchanges was here with almost 1,950 bitcoins. That's it. That's absolutely it. Even here, 2,600 bitcoins outflow 2 hours ago. So also here, nothing to see. Here we can see open interest, the tendency is up, while leverage ratio, the tendency is down, and we can see the funding rate is up, meaning they are demanding more longs. That's what they are doing since a while, and it doesn't look like they want to stop with that. Maybe on Binance it looks different, but that's something we need to check. Today, no, that was yesterday. Yesterday they liquidated some more longs than shorts, so 417 longs liquidated and 212 shorts liquidated. If we take a look here on Binance, it looks a little bit similar. So leverage ratio down, open interest doing the opposite, up, and the flat line. I don't know why. I really, maybe it is the case that it's neutral in Binance. I need to check directly on Binance, to be honest, but it looks like it's always, since a while, just flat. I mean, since mid of December, since mid of January. That's really strange. It didn't happen really just before, just in sequences like here, 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 but usually it's volatile, and at the moment not happening. So if we go directly now to blockchain whispers, we can see, well, that explains maybe the funding rate on Binance. So it seems that shorts are coming back, while longs maintaining. It's not the same case on Ethereum this time. On Ethereum looks like we still have more longs than shorts. If we take a look, we have here 52 to 48, and on Ethereum 56 to 44. Well, Bitfinex as usual, we don't know. Let us take a look here. Oh, I think I don't have any credits right now. I just forgot it. And I need just to make a sub there. Let us try. Otherwise, I'm sorry. But it's for free, so you can check that. We received 3 credits. Great. Then let us take a look what the market is indicating here. So once again, you remember we had almost 280 millions just last week. Now 120 millions liquidation positions on Binance. Longs, well, I mean, we just need to go down to 20,500 to liquidate all of them. And look, I mean, that's the biggest cluster here. The biggest short cluster would be at 41,400. So take into account what it's happening here. It looks like more, you know, if they want to liquidate someone, then obviously this part here hitting 21k. Let us check if we can also check their high leverage positions. And I don't know why this one is always taking no longer. I really can't explain that. No, it's going to take, once again, I don't know why it's happening, to be honest. Well, so let us go forward. So let us see what's happening here. Relatively less activity here to futures. Then we can see a little bit support by USD, a little bit support by USD, but BUSD, moon. The whole, that's going, it's what an analyst just mentioned, and I have retweeted it. And he did a very nice comparison. I to be honest, I didn't think about that, about the UST rally we had at 38 to 48, I think. And it looks really, really interesting what he did there, because he's saying, BUSD, it seems, and that's why I have detected this context to Protos article indicating that the Binance BUSD, so those based on the Binance Smart Chain, not Ethereum. The Ethereum one is the full regulated Paxos BUSD. That's a big difference. That's really just a big difference. And they even said that the BUSD from Binance Smart Chain was partly unbaked by $1 billion. That's not a red flag. That's just, what the fuck? I mean, we are talking about the biggest exchange, crypto exchange that exists. They should shame. I guess they don't care, but that's crazy. While the price is doing what these guys are doing with this, I need to calm down. Trash BUSD, it seems. And yeah, why not? I mean, if it works, we can see they received a little bit of support by stablecoin futures, and that, I mean, correlates very well to our graph we have seen by CryptoQuant, where it indicates that from here they are really pushing up more with spot and much less with futures. So yeah, that's what we can see here. But that's crazy, isn't it? I mean, even the most pro Binance guy out there should say, why does that happen here? But it seems they don't care. They really don't care. However, so if we take a look, BUSD, we can see that's the BTC BUSD. We see here, for example, at the same time, that's our aggregated indicating unloading, and just BUSD on Binance pushing up and maintaining the price. If we take here on Binance Tether, and the aggregated looks not similar, but the trend is similar. Even here, for example, they started here to reduce, and even here they are buying shorts or selling shorts, selling futures, and so the price is going down, or at least the CBD is going down. Bitfinex, we can see that they supported, of course, all this here, even with delay. They are jumped in a little bit late. They were distributing all the time. That's market rates, as I mentioned, almost at every single analysis. Kraken bullish, at least that's what they did. So they went up, maintained, reduced, and it seems they want to go up, while that's the aggregated. So we need to see more. Bybit, yeah, Bybit didn't change anything, so looks very similar, to be honest. Here they did it just better. They distributed here, they pushed up, distributed more. So on Bybit, I don't know, but these traders there have to be very good. Coinbase, something that's extremely strange to see such a distribution on Coinbase, but they are doing it. They are using this situation and the opportunity to unload. That's what they are doing, even if they pushed up a little bit and they are once again declining. So also something people should think about, because Coinbase is extremely bullish usually. If we check that here, also here, for example, it declined the tendency, but on Bitstamp, bullish only. And Gemini, well, on Gemini, not really something happening. So since here reduced a little bit, but nothing big, to be honest. So they are still there. If we take a look now, we can see that retailers pushing up more. Retailers pushing up more. These guys here pushing a little bit. These guys here pushed up. Very interesting. These guys here, the market maker entities reducing. When I see here up hard and here down, we need to check if some market makers reduce their balances more and shift it now to these entities here. We will check right now. While we have, for example, these guys here, they maintain, so nothing happened here. So now let us check. We see that's the market maker. Yeah, it reduced counts of wallets, and we have these guys here. Yeah, they receive. Okay, so market maker entity, some wallets there reduced their balances. They sold, for example, and they shifted back to entities with a range of 100 to 1000 bitcoins. So that's what we can see at the moment here. If we take a look, for example, we can see we have now 1940 wallets involved to market maker entities, and we have 14,086 wallets now related to 100 to 1000 bitcoin wallets. So that also explains why it went down. However, just before I've tweeted this morning, they reduced 30,000 and we didn't see any kind of, or at least the wallet counts was unchanged. It changed now. So that explains why it reduced even more. And right now indicating we have here right now 4,590,000 and we had here 4,620,000, so we are still 30,000 less than before. Yeah, we can see the fund flows also indicating that these guys, for example, were distributing, at least sending bitcoins to centralized exchanges. The last time here 600 bitcoins, and here also, you know, almost 1000 here, 500 here, 115, so also 600 bitcoins here, for example. And that's what we see. Stablecoin net flow negative, still negative, indicating more out than in. At 23k, people are filling their bags with spot, it seems, or it's at least the trading volume is now more driven by spot than by futures. Now imagine you are a whale and you have BUSD, a lot of BUSD created with thin air. And well, thin air or not thin air, I don't know. As I know, Binance was temporarily unbaked, or at least their BUSD was temporarily unbaked. But yeah, it seems also the proof of reserves by Binance wasn't really correct, and whatever, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Why should I? So if we take a look here, they pushed up very hard with futures and then they stopped and pushed up once again with futures, without futures, with spot. And since then, it's just going up, up, up. And the big question nobody is doing is, why? I mean, why not buy spot at 17k, 18k, 19k? Why spot? Why buy spot at upper price levels? Where's the sense behind? I would say you did your stuff very well, and here is where you stopped to drive the market and you let the formal retailers buy the spot, your spot. We have here, for example, we can see stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges not lifting up, absolutely not, just declining. Also very interesting, because usually if you see that futures that they are sending a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of stablecoins to derivative exchanges, you know, usually, okay, something big is going to happen. Didn't happen. Instead, it's reducing. It's reducing since November. Since beginning of November, it started to reduce. So now imagine they used almost 4 billions in stablecoin futures to go up. So it means that money was on Binance. That's the thing. It was on Binance. And you remember Cointelegraph, Binance Whale Cartel? Well, who is behind this cartel? That would be interesting to know. We can see here market activity declining more. The only thing that looks better now is what futures are doing. So lifting up. If we take a look here, nothing special, miners not doing anything. So we are done. Let us go forward. So on Coinbase, we can see they removed here wallet 25,200, 25 still there. They reinforced 24,500. Yeah, and to the downside, the next bigger wall would be at 15k, 15.5. Otherwise, we have some, but nothing big. That's really strange. And they are reinforcing everything below 15k. Oh yes. So Bitstamp, what is Bitstamp doing? We can't see that. No, on Bitstamp nothing is happening. Nothing have changed. Binance, BTC USDT. On Binance, it looks a little bit different. Bigger wall at 21,400, still there. Still limiting the way up at 23.3, limiting the way up at 23.8, at 24, at 22, at 24.2, and 25. Usually, when I say limiting the way up, it can be that these guys are not spoofing here and they are just want to sell. Or they have an interest to maintain the price below. For example, just imagine I'm Elon Musk and I'm going to trade an option that where I need to maintain a price between 25 and 21. And I say, you know, I have so much money and so much bitcoins. I'm going to put here 10,000 bitcoins and here 500 millions. Go for it, champ, if you want to cross and to break this one. Otherwise, the price will maintain here and my options are going to be my gold mule. That's possible. But otherwise, that just mean, hey, someone wants to sell here at 25k and he's waiting there, or they are just fooling us, indicating, hey, 25k, that's it. You start to go short, and then they push up, they remove all these walls to the upside, and they will liquidate you. The same, of course, could happen to the downside. So, yeah, to the downside, on Binance, bigger walls still at 15.5. Yeah, and that's it. They are removing everything below. So BTC BUSD, for example, looks a little bit similar. We are still have here 21,500. We have here 23.8 to 24, and we have here 25. And the next bigger one, 20,500, and then here 19k, like indicating, hey. But also here reinforcing 17k, for example. And here bringing some liquidity below 14k. Bitfinex spot. Bitfinex moved their order to 25k now also. And we have 21,500. So 21,500 looks extremely solid. And then we have here a POC where they think it will maintain a little bit longer the price between 21 and 20,500. And also on Bitfinex you can see like stairs. Nobody knows if that's spoofing or not. OKEX swap, OKEX USDT, nothing. And OKEX swap BTC USDT still waiting at 17k. Kraken. On Kraken now, more liquidity to the upside between 25.2 and 24.8, and also here at 24k, and otherwise the next limitation to the downside 21.400, also 21.400. On Bybit, nothing. Bybit BTC USD and BTC USDT, also nothing. BitMEX BTC USD, they are waiting at 25. They are waiting here 21.800. Otherwise, also here. No, in that case, not also here. Also here would be here. That will be 21.400. I don't know why here, to be honest, but however. And we have here 20,300. Yeah. So if we go to Binance Futures, Binance Futures, we have a limitation at 24,800, indicating they want to short there. A lot of long shorts here. The next bigger long 22.5, otherwise 21.5, otherwise 20,000, and that's what we could see to BTC USDT spot on Binance as well. So it looks like they are using both. Do we have, let me check. Great, we have also on Trading Light BTC BUSD Binance Futures. Let us check there. That's also going to be very interesting. So we can see here 20,200 as limitation. If we take a look here, oh, that looks, well, in that case, really interesting what they are doing. Because let us see. Okay. If we check here, they are limiting. They are waiting here 24.8, 22,500 there. Let us reduce a little bit to 400. And we are here 22,500 and 21,500, and that's it. Yeah. So let us check here. Bitfinex derivatives, 1 to long at 22.4, all to short at 24,200. Nothing else, very tiny. Otherwise here 19k, but nothing. Kraken futures, nothing. OKEX futures, OKEX futures indicating they remove the wall here, and instead they are at 20,500 waiting. And also limitation at 25k, 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 25k. It's always 25k. It's too obvious, to be honest. 25k, because it's almost always 25k, 25k, 25k. It seems, yeah, I don't know. So here we have between 20,000, that's now derivative, BTC perpetual, 20,100 and 19.6. Otherwise, the biggest limitation here would be here 22.1 and 21.8, and still between 23.5 and 23.6 waiting to get triggered, or just limiting the way up. And that's it. Yeah, that's it.